unfortunately, people with capacity, people that we believe can make a change.
So they should avoid distractions. They should make up their minds where they want to
So
go.
jump into the bandwagon of political systems. You have to participate. Join politics. Join YPP. Join whatever.
Adewumi Adeyemi Irekandu is my name. I am the privileged representative of Osun State constituency in the Osun State House of Assembly. And I was voted into this office in 2019. And currently, we just passed our third year in office. Well, right before now, talking about my university days, I was the student union PRO. I was very active in student politics at that time. And after that, I became the student union president of the Federal University of Technology, Akure, where I studied, where I have my first degree, my second degree, and also having my PhD in architecture presently. And since after I graduated, I've been engaged in a series of community development for my community, the community that I will have to represent 10 years after. You know, because while I was still in school and when I handed over as the USGEAA president, that was the activities I was involved with at that time. And of course, I founded a foundation, an NGO, that has been helping to coordinate the youth, you know, to also help on the welfare of the people. And the foundation still runs till today. And today, I'm the representative of that same community. Despite the fact that there are, let me say, a high level of agitation on social media, but truth be told, the real politics, the real active politics is not really, of youths are not really high, you know, at the grassroots. This is where we have more votes coming from. And because of the situation of Nigeria, most of our youths are in the cities, you know, trying to survive, which I don't blame anyone. You need to be alive before you can say you want to solve the problem of our nation. And for you to be alive, you need to get one or two things to be done for you to, you know, earn something so that you can make a living for yourself. And this has actually affected youth participation in politics. And let me give an example of this. Take, for instance, the total registration in 2019 is 82 million voters registered. And 34% of that number eventually came out to vote. So that means about 30 million eventually came out. So where are the other 50 million? And I'm very sure the youth will be among you know, those figures. So presently, there's more for us to do. Beyond social media, you know, we need to get to the grassroots, you know, get involved in every of the political activities therein. Of course, there are challenges, and anything worthwhile will be challenged. And if you want to make a change, if you want to make things better, there will always be challenges. That's not only in politics, in every sphere of life. Each time you want to make a change, it will be resisted. And personally, the challenge I've faced is a clash of ideology. That's the major challenge I've been facing in our political setting. A very serious clash of ideology. In our kind of political settings, many people go into politics for several reasons. Some people go into politics because they just feel there's insecurity in the nation. So by the time they are elected, they will have a kind of a security, you know, to some. Some people are seeking governmental power. You know, they have the money, they have everything, they just feel, what is next? I need the instrument of government. Let me just seize this power and just have it for having sake. And unfortunately, there are some other categories that also believe in making a living through politics. So their own idea of politics is to get something, not necessarily a collective thing that everybody will benefit from, but something that will benefit them personally, especially financially. That's not a good ideology, and it will never help our nation. So for me, the greatest challenge is a clash of ideology. For someone like me, I came into politics so as to get into governance and to help make things better for our people, to see a change. Like I always say, 30 years ago, we shouted up NEPA. And 30 years after, we are still shouting up NEPA. So that means our problems is as if it remains the same. And so some of us came into politics to see how we can correct or change this narrative. So coming into politics and meeting another set of ideology that is at contrast with your own ideology that you're coming with. And You have to deal with the people. You have to manage the people, because those are the people involved in our politics. You see, the ones that want change, the ones that want a better nation, most of them are not into politics. And you cannot gain access into governance without passing through the politics. So for me, contrast, clash of ideology is a big challenge for me. Power will not be given to the youth on a platter of gold. Because those that are seated in the position we should be occupying presently today will not easily stand up from that seat. They have to be made to stand up. And if youths are not ready to take up that challenge, I'm sorry to say, things might remain like this for the next decades again. So, like I said, it has not been friendly, and not only for the youths, but for, importantly, also those that really want to make a change. You know, I'm an advocate, I believe in autocracy, but autocracy without meritocracy is useless. It will just compound our problems more. So I would rather say our political system has not been friendly for those that merit that position, those that are able to bring about the desired change that we need. The political system is not friendly to them. Someone said in Nigeria, good people don't win election. I also had this. Unfortunately, people with capacity, people that we believe can make a change, they hardly win election. And this is why our nation is where it is today. Let me add this. My political party, of course, I belong to the People's Democratic Party. My party just gave me another ticket to run for second term in office. And I made an assessment of every one of us, you know, from other local governments that also got a ticket. 90% of us are youths. Just one person that I can confirm now is above 60. Every other person were in their 30s. Presently I'm 38. We're in our 30s and in our 40s. You know, so 90% of us are youth. So even when my party, the PDP, when they gave me this ticket before now, I mean the first time ticket, I was 35. You know, and I got the ticket when I was 34. I started campaigning when I was 33. So the party, to be sincere, in all fairness, and not being unnecessarily political, PDP is a party that respects the youth, gives access to the youth. Of course, you know, our national youth, the youth leader, our national youth leader is also a young man, you know, in his late 20s, I think, you know. So PDP have shown example of having young people in the helms of affairs. For instance, I want to go contest for president of Nigeria. It goes beyond obtaining the form. You understand? I just gave you statistics of the number of voters that voted in 2015 general election. We have about almost 30 million, around 30 million voters. People that voted, though 80-something million registered to vote. Out of that 30 million, how many can I actually control? You should be able to face the reality. Now, this is my advice. It is always good to start with what you are, where you are. Start with what you have, where you are. You can start small, but don't remain small. You know, if you climb a ladder from the bottom to the top, it's easy for you. You will hardly fall. But if you join a ladder at the middle way, you might not understand the principles of getting the ladder climbing the ladder from the bottom to that middle. And if you fall, you will fall big. So I will advise everyone should start with what they are, where they are, with what they have, and also start with an understanding of the problem you want to go and solve. Take for instance, the problems you want to solve, you might not have the capacity to get to the office required right now. Maybe you want to solve the problem of economy in our nation. That is your vision. But now you can't become the president. Okay, but where can you start now? Can you at least become a councillor? And let's see how you can transform the economy of your ward. Can you at least become a chairman? And let's see how you can transform the economy of your local government. Can you at least aspire to be an House of Representative member before you say you want to become a governor? But there are antecedents. There are steps you have taken. But if you feel, not to discourage you, you have the capacity, please go ahead, but it's better for us not to fool ourselves. I will want to encourage the young ones out there never to be discouraged. Our parents handed over to us a nation that is not good enough. We're handed over a nation, it's like a car that has been wrecked. That's the kind of a nation we were handed over to. And please, let's be active in political activities. That is the journey to having good governance. Thank you very much.